Welcome back. It's been a long time, but it feels good to be back in 2004. And as always, Sam.
Yo, 2004 time machine.
Yeah, it's been a while there.
It feels like it's 2017. That's how long it's been.
Yeah, it feels like it's been, 13 years? But we are back as we close the book on another build to WrestleMania with now we are at the go-home show for the biggest event of the year for WWE, in particular the Raw brand, because this is the last episode of Raw before WrestleMania.
The biggest show of the century.
Oh yeah, because it is 20 years. It's 20th WrestleMania. And I pulled up the card. Actually, wait a second. Let's pull up the storylines.
Dang, Alex. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at my 95 winner of the New Yorkers, and Alex Shane's 15 years old.
I changed my mind. Let's go back to the card and look at it like this: of starting from the top. Basically, for those joining us or watching, it's we're going to recap a little bit beforehand because it has been a while for us too, and we're going to let you know what's been going on, where we're going, and what's going to happen in a week on Sunday at WrestleMania for the Raw brand, and then the next episode will be for the SmackDown brand as we approach WrestleMania 20 this weekend. So from the top, the Royal Rumble winner has been in a, I was going to say battle, but because of Ken Shamrock, it hasn't really been one. Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. And then on Raw's side, Shawn Michaels and Triple H. And, of course, the rest of Evolution with Randy Orton in a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title against Christian and Booker T. And the match that has dare I say, the same ramifications of Ken Shamrock, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash against Batista and Ric Flair.
Has Scott Hall proven to be we'll just say, demons? Has he had that yet or no?
No, because he hasn't worked yet.
Okay. Let's put him in a match for Raw. Maybe a dark match even, just to see if he's gonna fail us.
And just to cover the rest of the Raw matches, you have Tommy and his Hardcore Invitational, because this week it comes to a head. Mick Foley, Tommy Dreamer at WrestleMania in a hardcore match. And of course the by-branded match between Kane and The Undertaker. The Dudley Boys versus the Steiner Brothers for the Raw Tag Team titles. And last but not least, Lita and Trish for the Women's title. And then, of course, the SmackDown matches, Benoit and Jericho, Rey Mysterio and Tajiri for the Cruiserweight title, and the Four Corners Tag Team title match for the Tag Team titles, World's Greatest, Los Guerreros, Bradshaw and Farouk, and Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak. I don't know about you, but I think it's a pretty stacked WrestleMania.
Yeah, we just need a quick pass on the show.
And I'm just going to say this, luckily for us, it's a 4-hour time slot.
Luckily for us, we own the network and we can go as long as we want.
That's 13 years later.
That's true.
We're still on pay-per-view distributors now. Ooh yeah, he's selfish.
Those dead pay-per-view providers, we hate them.
Stevie Richards, and Spike gets taken to Wrestler's Court. He was late, but his behavior improved, so it's a positive.
Good.
And now it's time for some heat. I was going to say some Sunday night heat, but I don't really know if it's Sunday night.
You know what we should do? Do we have Jinder Mahal yet?
No, I don't think he's debuted yet.
I was going to say, we should make him cut a really racist promo.
On Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, we'll make him call him a Mr. Miyagi. And say, you look like retarded Pikachu. Because he's Japanese, and Pikachu was invented in Japan. You see how that connects?
Yeah. Oh yeah, after Mania, we need to get all these guys that aren't on brands like this guy on brands.
Yeah, well, we're gonna wait until Mania, after Mania to debut the New Age Outlaws, right?
Yeah, probably. It would probably make sense.
The Native American Tatanka. You know what we should do for WrestleMania?
What?
Onto the J Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, and then make the guy that wins the Battle Royal get nothing.
Well, if his best friend is a famous football player, then of course he has to win.
Yeah, and then we can make the guy who comes up as a runner-up become world champion a month later.
And then we'll take a guy who wins it, and he'll supposed to be this badass guy who doesn't care about anything but himself, and then he'll win the trophy, and then he'll cry like a little bitch.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a Corbin plan.
We're already picking on people, and we're not even 3 minutes in.
You know who is full of himself? I mean, besides you, of course.
Yeah, I have my moments.
Big Vito.
Yeah.
I listened to him on Vince Russo's podcast, and I'm just like, stop.
Well, what? The fact that he said that WWE ended his career because of chair shots, even though, what, he maybe took one, if that, when he was in WWE?
Well, it's all the same now. ECW's WWE also.
Maybe he was just ashamed of the fact that he wore a dress to the ring.
He claims to be proud of it.
Perry Saturn did too. Look where he ended up.
Who did it first?
Perry Saturn.
So then, why is Big Vito making that his thing? Why is he claiming that? If he copied Perry Saturn.
Yeah, Saturn did it in WCW.
And Vito did it in WWE?
Mm-hmm.
Did Saturn do it in WWE or no?
No, just WCW. He did it after losing a match to Jericho. It was a stipulation.
Do you think we could make him wear a dress in our series?
That would.
And then we'll make Big Vito his boyfriend.
That would actually require me employing Big Vito, and I'd rather put Big Vito on the same. I hold Big Vito in the same regard as I do Mike Graham, which isn't very high.
Why don't you like Mike Graham?
Because he said in an interview that basically Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn did nothing for WWE. And that they were.
Well, half of them died.
And that they did nothing for the ratings, and they weren't a big loss for WCW.
Well, was he part of WCW when he said that?
Yeah.
Well, of course he's going to say that.
Well, I just think he was jealous because he realized that all of them had more talent in their one finger than he did in his entire body.
You know what he should have said? He should have said, don't worry, Chris Benoit's going to be a murderer someday, and we won't want him anymore.
Well, what he could have said was, I'm still frustrated with my father for him giving his company to Hiro Matsuda instead of me.
Also, what was Mike Graham's job? Was he in charge of keeping them in town?
No, his job was just to come up with finishes because that's all he was good for. And I know people say don't speak ill of the dead, but too late.
Is Mike Graham dead?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Do you think Chris Benoit killed him?
Probably.
I think he did.
Yeah. If not him, it was Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, it's true.
Because everybody knows Kevin Sullivan's a heartless dick.
And he killed Chris Benoit. So the rumor has it.
Yeah, it was all because of Abudadeen.
No, it was because he stole Nancy.
Oh, no.
He said, I'm going to kill you one day, and apparently it was on a 10-year anniversary or something.
Yeah, and Abudadeen told them to do it. He told them how.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Abudadeen is what Kevin Sullivan would have referred to as the devil, and when he was doing his devil worshipper thing. I could be wrong with that, but that's what from what I remember.
I believe that was a gimmick more than anything else.
It was. I believe Abudadeen was actually Curtis Hayakea.
Right, yeah, because when I played one of the WCW games, there was like the higher power or whatever, and that was Curtis Hayakea.
Yeah, he was also the guy behind the Dungeon of Doom.
I never saw Curtis Hayakea in the WCW.
He was the big head.
Shitty ass son.
He was the big head in the stupid Dungeon of Doom things when Hogan first came in, when he was feuding with the Dungeon of Doom.
I don't think I was there.
In 94, 95.
I think I was there.
That's actually probably why he was employed in your thing.
Yeah, I think so.
God, so many obscure references in this game so far. We just gave Big Vito the most coverage that he's gotten since he left WWE, or since he filed a lawsuit, I should say.
Big Vito does a podcast now.
Everybody does a podcast, probably.
I know, I listen to it.
Well, you and his mother are the only two people that probably listen to it.
No, I listen to it though for his co-host, Vinny Rue.
Oh.
I love Vince Russo.
Yeah.
And not so much his booking style, like, I just like the person he's become. He talks about his shit. He has a podcast called, Castrated Marks, where he goes after Meltzer and Keller and all those guys. It's pretty funny.
Well, I'll just say this, that the reason why I hate Big Vito is because in my early days of website writing or blogging, we were in agreement to do an interview. I sent him the questions at about maybe 11 o'clock at night, not thinking that he was going to do the questions at 11 o'clock at night, and he got mad at me for sending him the questions at 11 o'clock at night.
Dang.
So it's like, okay, well, fuck you.
You should have told me you're from California and it's only 8 o'clock.
So, yeah, that's before I didn't care who I interviewed, and, that's before I actually depended on interviewing fans more than, untalented, lackluster professionals. And I use the term professionals loosely.
Hey, but you know what, though? It was probably a front because he can't type for shit, probably. He might can't even read.
Well, that's why he does a podcast. He probably just shoots on things that he wishes he could do in his career.
How are you going to send me questions when I can't read?
God, we're burying so many people.
Hey, but I put up with Vince Russo, so it's okay. It's okay, bro.
What, are you in the same boat as Jim Cornette? You just put up with him?
No, I like him, actually. I like, he, to me, like, the way, something about him, I could just listen to him talk about anything. I was listening to him talk about doing the dishes on his podcast.
Huh. Antonio Banks one. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Huh. Well, sucks to be Rosie. Well,
yeah, especially nowadays.
That probably...
Didn't click at all.
Sorry, Roman.
Wait, why you said a Roman?
Well, I could be wrong, but isn't Rosie dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that to MVP?
Oh,
I hate these guys.
why do you hate Spike and Maven?
No, I meant
I know.
Bashams.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I went to Basham. Oh shit, that's why they're called the Bashams.
Hey, I got an idea. Maybe we can make Maven a Basham because he's bald too.
Yeah, but he's too dark.
We can make him half brothers.
You can make him Conan son.
We can make them all for.
Most Wanted is not getting over like I thought it would.
We can make them half brothers, and we can make them from Bashamville.
Oh, that's a good idea. With
Yeah.
Big Mama Basham.
Yeah. And we can bring in a guy dances with Bashams.
And Big Basham.
And sign guy Basham.
Hell yeah, Joel Gertner.
Yeah.
Well.
And Saturn in a dress with a mop.
Yes. With Big Vito's head on the end of the mop.
Don't tempt me.
Big Vito's head on a stick.
Well,
Shawn Michaels Goldberg on Raw? Damn.
well. Also, just to catch anybody up, Goldberg refused to sign back. Decided not to sign back.
Oh, that's right.
And that means by this time next month, Bill Goldberg will be on his way to New Japan instead of staying with the WWE.
Oh yeah, he's fighting Jerry Lawler at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that match.
Jerry Lawler jump him on Raw?
Huh. Is that why you talked about Big Vito?
Yeah, because I saw him right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, that motherfucker is full of himself.
I wish the Honky Tonk Man was here, because then we could have the Honky Tonk Man and Jerry Lawler jump Goldberg.
Maybe Ray Traylor.
I was thinking that too.
Maybe Lawler's insurance policy. Can you sign him for more than one appearance?
Not here.
Okay.
We can also grab Superstar Bill Dundee.
He looks like Honky Tonk Man. How old is Bobby Fish? Oh man, we gotta put him in developmental. Look at that young, good-looking guy.
Yeah, that young guy who could pass as the son of the guy who played the promoter in Glow.
Yeah, he kinda could. Mark Maron.
Who did we sign? Oh yeah, Ray Traylor.
Let's have Jerry Lawler cut a scathing promo in the ring with the big boss man standing next to him for how this is my insurance policy.
I'm just thinking about how much that would look that like we're burying Goldberg, and how like if this was 13 years later, you would have Marks going off saying, "Oh, you're burying him. Why are you burying him? You're making Goldberg look so weak."
Oh man, everything we do, the Marks tear him apart.
Why is Kevin Nash and Scott Hall back feuding with Randy Orton and Batista? You should have younger guys doing it. We know everything. You know nothing.
And speaking of Vince Russo, he wrote a song. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it's called Markville.
Speaking of Marks.
Speaking of Marks, named Mark.
Yeah, Mark Henry.
Road Warrior Animal?
You want to make him versus Road Warrior Animal?
No, I just thought you were going to. I thought you were hinting at that.
Well, why not?
Because one of them has to lose, and they're both mid-carders.
I mean, would you rather Matt Hardy?
Yeah. We could do Mark Henry Animal at WrestleMania.
On the pre-show?
Yeah, it works.
Or in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
The main event.
Oh yeah, because Mark Henry's going to attack Kurt Angle and steal his title shot. And then it'll be Mark Henry versus...
the bank.
Now, I know initially we may have had the idea of a 6-man tag team match. You want to still do the 6-man Evolution versus the Click?
If you want, do you have a better idea?
No.
Okay, then yeah, definitely.
You know what? We'll do this. We won't have Randy in the segment because he'll be with Christian and Booker. So it'll be Dave, Nate, and Hunter versus Sean.
Randy's kind of out of it right now.
Yeah, it'll be Dave, Rick, and Hunter versus Sean, Scott, and Kevin.
Yeah.
And this also fits because that's going to be the 2 matches at Mania.
Exactly, and Orton's doing other things at the moment.
Yeah. Let's just see what we did last week with the Intercontinental title.
Absolutely nothing.
Randy defended the title.
Right,
Randy defended the title.
good, because we didn't have any defenses yet.
Okay. And I know
let's do,
gonna do this.
Let's do Booker versus Christian 1-on-1. No, wait, no, because if we're gonna feud them, then we can't have an excess matches, so never mind.
No, we can. I turned that off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Alright, well, you want to have Booker versus Christian 1-on-1 and have Orton, RKO both of them?
Or do you want to have Randy versus Booker and save Christian and Booker?
Yeah, that works too.
Because we can have Christian on commentary.
Yeah. And then he could say, it's time for a CRI. And then the announcers go, what's a CRI? And he says, Christian run in, and he sets it down and runs in.
So would it be a draw, or would Booker win?
No, let's say have Randy Orton win it.
Okay. By DQ, right?
Yeah. Oh, you get a cheap finish for DQ, is that how you do it?
Yeah. You want to defend the belt, or just... Oh, no, because we're going to defend it at WrestleMania.
Yeah, just say no on that.
Okay. The women need their final segment. We could put that later in the show. Yes, I know I did a video pack. I'm not saying it to you, I'm saying it to the people watching. Yes, I know I did a video package on Heat, but they still deserve one more segment on the actual show. And I also want to...
And we're also going to promote that at the pay-per-view they're going to be naked.
And I also know that it's fair to say we've rushed into this feud and probably should have saved the big one for WrestleMania. I mean, we should have pushed it back and maybe did it at SummerSlam even.
Well, yes and no. We just wanted to put this on a big show.
So what I think I'm going to do is this. I'm going to give them separate segments and change the segment so I can... Randy talks about The Rock.
I'm not going to vote for him in 2020, brother.
And we have another angle with The Rock.
Hurricane.
Talking about Randy. The Rock shoots on Savage. And then we have And yes, there is a reason why I'm doing all the segments first. It's because I just want to do all the segments first.
Yeah, people, get off his case about it. You bastards.
Well, yeah. That would help if he wasn't sitting at the announce booth with Ray Traylor sitting next to him. You know, all Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Jim Ross in, 1998.
Hey, do you know what Ray Traylor's full name is?
No.
Ray Traylor Park Trash.
Wow, we're speaking ill of a lot of the dead. I mean, we're speaking ill of the dead a lot.
Hey, Ray Traylor deserves it because my childhood died along with the Big Boss Man.
But wouldn't that make you not want to talk negatively about him?
Yeah, I want to talk shit about it because he hurt my feelings.
To spite Al Snow.
You know who should be the one that beat Tommy?
And Mick accepts. Who?
Beulah McGillicuddy.
Would that be domestic abuse?
No, because the woman fighting a man. If it was a man fighting a woman, it would be different.
Any women watching this, if there is actually any women that watch my videos, I apologize.
And if you beat your boyfriend or husband, then it's okay.
I apologize.
Choose to make go to jail.
I apologize.
I apologize. Apologizes to your husbands if you beat them. Speaking of beating people, here's Tess. He doesn't beat anybody.
That's fake news.
It's CNN for you.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
We decided Donald Trump for WrestleMania. Not cool.
I may have tiny hands, but it doesn't stop me from being doesn't stop me from doing anything.
We can't believe Goldberg's going to Japan or whatever he's doing.
Yes.
Where's he going? All Japan?
No, New Japan. You know, the better one.
It's a little better, I guess.
It's always WrestleMania time when you run out of ideas. We used Victoria?
We did?
Apparently.
Yeah, we used her once in March.
Yeah. Earlier today.
Apparently. You probably used her on Heat.
Oh shit, did I put Victoria in the did I put Victoria in the hype segment instead of Lita?
Is Victoria Stevie's manager? Maybe that counts.
Oh, right, yeah, that's why. Right, yeah, that's why.
I mean, you gotta think, nobody wants to book Victoria.
Exactly.
Now Tara, that's a different story. This match is racist.
I know, that's why I'm doing it.
Okay. You're good.
Huh?
Wait, who did you pick to win? Because those are the two most badass females in the WWE.
Well, the game can pick.
Oh, okay.
They like doing that.
Oh, Scott Hall, please don't be drunk or stoned or something.
Don't fuck us.
Drugs.
Otherwise we're gonna
Please
sick.
don't be on drugs, Scott.
Otherwise we're gonna sick Donald Trump on you.
Or else build a wall
Around you.
around the bar. Around your drug dealer. Send him back to Mexico because he's probably Mexican.
My father gave me a small loan of $1 billion. Still wasn't enough.
Nope. All I did was become president.
Yes, with the money that he gave me.
Wait, aren't you in New York? I thought you guys liked Donald Trump.
Huh?
I thought you New York people liked Donald Trump.
It's an impression. I'm not making fun of him.
No, but I know. But I mean, I thought you guys were like Trump people.
I mean, let's put it this way. I'm looking forward to when The Rock runs because I'm going to vote for him.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to vote for The Rock, too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to vote for The Rock. If I vote for The Rock for president, that would be my only second presidential vote I ever did in my life.
If I vote for The Rock for president and he wins, I would actually like the president.
Yeah. Because The Rock won't be a reptilian.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be, actually.
And then maybe WWE will do a show at the White House.
Hey, speaking of The Rock and stuff, did you hear that Paige is making her come back soon?
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm so happy for her.
You know why? You know why? Because there's a movie coming out about her life that The Rock is making. So they gotta push the shit out of her now.
I'm pretty sure there's a sex joke in that somewhere.
Push the shit out of her. Well, Real punches the shit out of her. Allegedly.
Okay. God, you're in rare form today.
But her brothers confirmed it online on Facebook. Going, our sister's getting beat all the time. And I don't think she means by other female wrestlers.
That's right. For whatever reason, Undertaker's coming back tonight, just because we want to make Raw the biggest Raw possible. And
that's okay. That's good though, because he can go. Kane can come out and cause a promo, and you can go gong, and the lights can go purple and whatever.
Well, that's also the advantage we have, that it's 2017. The lights can go purple without offending anybody.
What's happening? How's the main event going to shape up at the end?
The babyfaces win.
Alright, then you should probably do a babyface celebrate angle, just because it'll probably get a lot of points.
Well, also because I figure that we give them the win tonight, because even if Scott isn't good,
yeah,
at least it gives Kevin, at least it gives Kevin
State,
something. Yeah, and at least it gives Kevin and them something. You know?
Yeah. Even if it is his last match.
Well, also, I think that either way, you know, with what we have planned for after Mania, the heel should win at Mania anyway.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Hold on. Don't start the show yet. You should do a pre-show match involving the Road Dogg, so we know whether or not he should go to rehab before we debut his tag team.
That works. He can go against Tony Mamaluke.
Yeah, and maybe do a little surprise for the fans. Oh, you didn't know?
Oh yeah, we signed him to go to SmackDown, so I guess.
Rehab.
So I guess Simon and CW can come to Raw. Because we're gonna. I think we signed him to go with the FBI.
Oh yeah, we signed Road Dogg to go to SmackDown, but it's just a dark match.
Yeah, we signed both of them to actually go to SmackDown.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Road Dogg debuted his gimmick.
He's good.
Great. Fast.
Yeah, he's good. He's fine. He's no drug problem.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
okay.
we won't say no drug problem, but he wasn't drunk tonight.
Well, still a good segment. Still a good opener. I kind of would have liked it to go a little higher, but you know, it was good.
And they look good.
68, not bad.
Oh, Ric Flair didn't do superb.
Yeah. Matt Hardy beat Mark Henry.
Hall of Fame, son!
The final face-off between two of the greatest tag teams ever. In the dream match, in the place that it should have happened. Using Scott Steiner's run the way that WWE should have done.
Massachusetts!
You know, because the one thing that I don't understand is WWE has especially been doing it now with dream matches. When Scott Steiner was there, they chose to turn him heel and team him with Test instead of bringing in Rick.
They also feuded him with Triple H, and they had to boost them.
I mean, I understand that Rick retired and is a real estate agent now, but...
You know, when I was a kid, all I ever wanted to do was see Triple H and Scott Steiner have the pose off.
Yeah, that sounds like a dream come true. Randy Savage cuts his first or third or whatever the fuck it is promo.
I remember in 1993, I was like, I really hope I see someday the fake Diesel bashing Vader's face with a wrench. That would be great. And it happened.
So many obscure references in this video. If you have the WWE Network, you can look up that match where Kane bashed Vader's face in with a wrench. Only for $9.99 a month. Or, if you're a new subscriber, it's free. And no, I'm not paid to say that.
Hey, can I tell you something about the WWE Network? So I canceled it, right? Because I was sick of paying for it.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, I'll just get it back before SummerSlam. And so, a couple days before SummerSlam, I went on the WWE.com, and it was like, do you want WWE Network for free for 3 months? And I was like, hell yeah, dude.
They're so easy to trick.
2 weeks. And they already kissed my butt. They sent me, like, money for it.
The finale, the final segment between Lita and Trish before their spectacular match at WrestleMania, and it gained heat. And Jazz beat Jackie.
Jazz beat Jacqueline.
95.
For the return
of The Undertaker.
And Paul Bear has nothing to do with this match, does he?
No.
Dang it.
You want him to?
Nah. Maybe not if he's a heel or a face.
Wow.
82's not bad.
Ray Traylor makes his one-off appearance. That is if we don't go to Madison Square, the Tri-State area next week, too. I mean, for WrestleMania this Sunday. Because Jerry Lawler cuts his one last promo on Goldberg before the big event this Sunday. And the reason why Goldberg wasn't featured on this show is simply put because he was there last week. And also, he's leaving. Why the fuck should we give him TV time?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you know how much money we spend on TV time? We gotta put people like Rob Conway on television.
Lone Star State of Mind. I didn't know Goldust did that sort of move. Yeah.
Well, that's probably a Dustin Rhodes move, actually.
Probably.
Speaking of Dustin Rhodes, he's back.
No. 86.
86, Rock? What's wrong with you?
He came out of the segment looking excellent. 79, yay!
Yeah, because of Mick.
That's the best segment this feud has had.
Tommy Dreamer underperformed.
Now, for those who don't know why Mick actually did this despite Al Snow, it's because Al Snow asked Mick Foley last week to help him with Tommy Dreamer, and Mick said no. But Tommy...
And he said, if you don't help me, I'm going to slap around Noelle Foley. And then Mick Foley's like, that's fucked up. She's like 16.
Yeah. How about an intergender tag team match? Beulah and Tommy, Mick and Noelle.
No, because she's like, dude, she can't even be a wrestler when she's 23.
Holy shit.
She's a wrestler when she's like 15.
I'm hoping that the fact that he got as good as Batista doesn't mean that he had a drug problem.
Where is it, Scott Hall? 68? Batista 68?
Ric Flair 76? Sorry, I just wanted to
Kevin
be...
Nash only 74? That is pretty terrible, actually. Oh, at least he wasn't high.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he's saving it for WrestleMania.
If he shows up to WrestleMania drunk, I'm gonna personally whip his ass.
You showed up to WrestleMania drunk in my game, I'm gonna whip your ass.
Exactly.
I like to...
I'm gonna fly down to Tampa, wherever he is, and knock down what's left of his house.
I'm pretty sure he's in Atlanta.
You know the hurricane?
I'm pretty sure he's in Atlanta.
I think he lives in Florida.
Well, maybe Gregory Helms takes advance to you talking about him like that.
Oh, you know what? He might live in Atlanta because he might live near DDP.
Yeah, he may live near Dally.
I know that he has a place with Cody.
Yeah, and I think Jake has a place with his daughter, too. Or lives near his daughter. Because I know his daughter was sick.
Oh, wow. Sick of his bullshit.
No, that was back in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. She was...
He didn't live with her in the...
No, she was distant from him in the 90s.
Yeah. You mean 90s? She was sick of his bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I gotta say...
Pretty good show.
Really good show, but I'm not surprised because it's Raw. We usually do good shows on Raw. We usually do crap shows on SmackDown.
Even though all the talent on SmackDown.
Yeah, well, that's because Teddy Long's not the that's because Teddy Long's not the GM. Paul Heyman is.
Where's Teddy Long?
The manager on Raw. He's Mark Henry's manager.
Mark Henry's manager.
Yeah. Roddy Mack hasn't come back yet for the the White Boy Challenge.
We could do the Hall of Pain gift already.
Yeah, that's true. We can push Mark Henry. Yeah. Mark Henry deserves it. I mean, he's been here since 1996. Push him before he becomes injury prone.
Oh, it's been around since like 95.
95, 96, what's the difference? He wasn't doing anything in his first... I mean, he didn't win his first title until, what, about 99?
Who, Road Dogg? Yeah. If his career lasts like 5 more years, maybe.
Mark Henry.
You wanna know the dumbest thing in the history of wrestling? When Road Dogg found the Intercontinental title and Billy Gunn won the Hardcore title.
I was gonna jump in and say Big Vito thinking he's relevant.
No, that's in wrestling. That's out of wrestling. That's him just being like, hey, look at me, Big Vito.
Or Ryback thinking he should have beat Punk.
He kinda should have.
No, I disagree. I know why he didn't.
They should not have been in that position is the problem.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. That's what it should have been. He shouldn't have been in that position yet.
Right.
It should have been him versus... let's see if... Well, probably Kofi Kingston, because Kofi was probably the IC champion at the point.
Yeah,
or Wade Barrett, even.
I don't know.
Ryback should have been the one who fought Nexus.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, wait.
He was in Nexus.
Yeah, and he was probably back by the time Nexus was dead.
Oh, speaking of dead, is Kurt Hennig dead? He is, right?
Yeah, he's been dead for a while. Oh, you mean in our season?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he died last year.
Well, we should push the Sun. Someday. Whenever he debuts in the business.
That's difficult, yeah. I was gonna say that's difficult because his son ain't in yet. DiBiase's son should come in soon, but...
Who?
DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes should come in soon, too.
I think Cody's been coming to like 06.
So that means I think Ted comes in 05.
We should team up Cody Rhodes with the Hardcore.
That is if Hardcore Holly's still employed by then, because, we don't like him very much.
True.
How long till we make Cody Hardcore lose to Disco Inferno?
Cody Rhodes?
Hardcore Holly.
Oh,
And don't say next week on SmackDown.
damn it, that was my answer. On the next episode of SmackDown.
Bob Holly versus Disco Inferno. Who do you think's gonna win?
Oh, Bob Holly versus Disco Inferno at WrestleMania.
In the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Because they will not have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. I'd rather Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. Or Gene Okerlund.
Sure.
Or Gene Okerlund and Bobby Heenan team up on opposite sides with Moolah and Mae Young.
How about this? Flow Sports. WWN responds to Flow Sports suing breach of contract and misrepresentation.
Well, in my interactions with WWN Live, they've been very good people. Very respectable, very nice people, and I have nothing but nice things to say about them. But Gabe doesn't have the best reputation in the wrestling business at this point. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I thought Gabe had a great reputation in the wrestling business.
I mean, well, I'll say it like this. Well, I know from what I'm hearing, he doesn't have that good of a reputation.
Interesting. I thought Gabe was, good at picking out talent.
He may be good at that, but he doesn't have good business practices. He doesn't run a company very well.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah, he doesn't run a company very well.
Yeah. That's why he needs Rob Feinstein to run it while he's, chasing after little boys.
I was actually going to point that out because the narrative came up.
What did?
Rob Feinstein. With his, little scandal.
Yeah, is that around this time?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I was actually looking into that about a year ago. Just as because to refresh my memory on what happened exactly. And it was crazy because, To Catch a Predator, set him up and got him, but it was before the show really got popular, and so it was before they were using the police, because eventually what they did was they would have the police there, and then when the person would come, they would arrest them. So the whole Rob Feinstein thing happened before the police started being involved, and then I guess he just basically ran away anyway. Though he ran off.
I mean, it's I don't understand how. I don't understand how somebody in the position that he was in would think it was a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, he claimed to do it. That wasn't his thing, but I mean, they all say that, right?
Yeah. It's, why put at risk not just your reputation, but the reputation of your company?
Yeah.
By the way, we just sold out Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, we should have sold out for WrestleMania.
Nah, we can always go back.
What are we going to do? Be WWE get for 3 nights in a row?
Well, there's also the Prudential Center. There's also the Boston Gardens up in Boston. There's the Fleet Center up in Boston, like WrestleMania 14. And hey, if it was good enough for WrestleMania 14, it's good enough for WrestleMania 20. I mean, WrestleMania 14 was an amazing WrestleMania.
We could do a stadium.
That's true. We can go up to, what's it called? We can go up to,
Levi Stadium.
What's it called? The Patriots Stadium up there.
Oh, yeah, you mean the Tom Brady Memorial?
Or we can pull the WWE and go to Showdown at Shea. Showdown at Shea for WrestleMania.
Or we could do Levi Stadium in 11 years in the future.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh, dude, you know what? Maybe not this year, but maybe next year, WrestleMania 21 maybe, we'll do it at Candlestick Park. That'd be dope. If it's in the game.
As long as it's still around at this time, it should be, yeah.
Yeah, click next. Let's see what happens.
I mean, fuck, we can do it this year. Who cares?
Okay, maybe. It depends on, the people and stuff, the attendance. But yeah, maybe we'll do it this year then. I'm down for that. Candlestick Park, hell yeah. That's where my mighty ass Niners play. I mean, don't watch them in 2017, but. Oh, dang.
Yeah, he got a blister.
Sucks for that man.
Oh, shit, Hanma.
Oh, dang. Did he get injured in real life?
He did.
Oh, dang.
Nature's causing rifts.
He hates Mick?
Yeah, he does.
Wow. Let's check out MLW Underground.
Also, happy St. Patrick's Day.
I'm good. Raven and Hoovy, Sabu. Well, there you go. You fought the Havana Pitbulls. Nice. Not bad.
I could be wrong, but how about him?
Yeah, for what?
Tommy and Mick.
That'd be good.
And also just to have him.
He's a middle-aged and crazy, you know.
Now he's almost senior citizen and crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bless you.
thank you. So yeah, hopefully Terry Funk joins us before WrestleMania so he can be a part of Mick Foley and Tommy Dreamer in some form.
Appearance.
Oh, I could...
I don't think he will because when he signs a written contract, it takes 7 days.
We'll just do this, and if we want to sign him back after that time...
Yeah. You know, I cheat sometimes by doing pay-per-appearance, and then once they agree to it, I sign them. It's not really cheating, bro.
Yeah. Well, with this being the case, if you're as excited about WrestleMania as we are, then leave a comment down below letting us know what match you're excited about the most. Here below, there are 2 matches missing, Jerry Lawler and Goldberg. Well, let me just do this to make sure Jerry Lawler can actually compete, because that could be a problem then.
Yeah, but we can put Ray Trailer in if we need to.
Oh yeah, Jerry can compete.
Yeah.
And also Randy Savage and The Rock. So let me know down in the comment section below what you're looking forward to the most at WrestleMania this year. And also, if you want to let us know what arena we should go to, let me know down in the comment section below as well. Because as always, feedback is more than welcomed and appreciated. But if you don't want to leave a comment, you can always leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. Till next time.
Peace.